Ladies, who's auditing you? Who told you you were a good woman? Who told you were the bomb.com? Who told you were amazing? Who told you were the prize? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let's get into it. Okay, ladies, so I came across this video on Instagram and I want to share with you, and then I'm going to share my comments. I'm also going to share with you another video to demonstrate my point. So let's get into it.
There's not a big pool of good men.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie. Tell me.
Listen.
What?
There's not a lot of good men who want y'all. I'm clapping for myself. Where the good man at? Like they hiding under a rock or in a cave. They everywhere. They at the gas station. They at Costco. They at Equinox. They at the bank. They walking right past you and you don't show up on their radar because of the way you are. They're gonna walk right by you. Your pretty face ain't gonna go too far because everybody's pretty. That's a prerequisite. So if that's all you got to offer, we not looking at you. There's plenty of good men. They just don't want your. I ain't never heard no woman say, I know I ain't. When have you ever heard a woman admit to not being? She'll say, this man ain't, he ain't. He was bad, he was bad, he was bad, he was bad. But for the most part, every woman think they're a good woman. What makes you a good woman? Who's auditing that you're a good woman? You are auditing yourself. Why don't you ask your exes what they think? Because all your relationships diminished and ended in turmoil.
All your relationships ended in turmoil. Ladies, there's not much I can say about this video. He was spot on. We are testifying of ourselves. We're giving testimony that, oh, I'm this, I'm that, oh, I do this, I do that. One of the things that I often hear from single women, they are convinced that they're going to be amazing wives. Oh, when I get married, I'm gonna, my husband, he's never gonna complain. He's never gonna have a laugh. He's this, he's that. I'm gonna have him and blah, 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 blah. And the whole time I smile and I think to myself, that's really interesting. But if you were going to be that in your marriage, you should be that right now. I mean, a man will see you right now and he will snatch you up quick because he sees that quality in you. So why are they so convinced that they're going to be this amazing woman in their marriage and they're not that right now? It baffles me because if you think about it, and a lot of times we just live in our head, we live in scenarios, we live in monologues, and we don't necessarily think about the exchange aspect or the interaction part of marriage. But when you're in that marriage and a man has maybe not spoken to you so kindly or nicely, or maybe he hasn't talked to you because he's frustrated or he's upset with something that happened at work or things are not going great for him. There's so many things that are going on his side that impacts how he treats you. And regardless of how he treats you, you have to continue to be kind, nice, gentle, sweet, and all those wonderful words. You have to continue to be in your feminine energy and all of that. And it's not easy to do that or be that. But as a single woman, you think you're going to be able to overcome the aspect of your husband and still be this amazing woman. You will not be that if you have not practiced being that. You're not that right now. So that's why I feel that this message from this gentleman was spot on. We should not be testifying of ourselves. We should be listening. We should be asking other male friends or family what they think of us, what they think we should be working on, what they think if they met a woman similar to you, how would they respond to her, what would their thoughts be, what would they want me to work on or improve. We should really consider the opinions of the opposite sex instead of just knowing. We just know as women, we got this. We just know. There's a lot of things that we just know as women when we are the most ignorant. There is actually a term, silly women, foolish women. Women can be the silliest and the most foolish. We need to be asking men what their thoughts are and what they think, because they're the ones that we're trying to attract. A lot of times we spend too much time focusing on the next woman, what she thinks, what she's wearing, how she's looking, and we're in competition with other women. But none of those women that's in that competition are interesting to any man. He doesn't want any of you. So you can keep competing with yourselves, but they're not biting. They're not interested. They want something different. To demonstrate that, I want to share with you another video.
Hello, welcome in. Come on a little closer, come on in, don't be scared. What's your name?
My name is Tavarius.
Tavarius, how old are you?
I'm 29.
And what do you do?
Actually I'm on tour for PBS Children's Story.
Oh, like you write children's books?
Yeah,
or?
I have an animation company that I started when I was 21 years old.
Nice.
And then it's basically about my childhood and teaching young black boys that black dads do care.
Wow, I love that. Now, what are some things you like to do for fun?
I love to draw, and I honestly just like peace. So I do a lot of peace and help for people who like need emotional regulation.
Now, what are some deal breakers?
Deal breakers is if you don't have any passion, like if you don't know what you want to do in life, I kind of can't help you with that. You gotta love yourself and figure that out for yourself.
My name is Tiffany and I'm 26, and I initially popped it because of the outfit, but now that I get close to you and I heard what you say, I want my balloon back.
So there's this show online called Pop the Balloon or something like that, and it's when a lineup of women will hold a balloon and a gentleman will come out, and if they're interested they will hold on to their balloon. If they're not, they will pop it. It's an interesting concept. So this particular clip is of a man. As soon as he walks out, all the women, no exception, every single woman pops her balloon because of how he's dressed. Now, I will say right now that what he was wearing was not maybe the most attractive, but it wasn't so bad. Nevertheless, they all popped their balloon because of how he looked. Then as he began to speak, then one young lady, she came back and she admitted her wrong and her error, that she judged him prematurely. But what I want to say about this particular video is the fact that it's everything this man is saying. This man walks onto this show and he was not even allowed to utter a sound before these women had already decided that he was not for them. How often do we do this? How often do we find ourselves in places, at the gas station, in the grocery store, at the bookstore, we're just out and about and a man approaches us, but because how he looks, we immediately resist. How often does this happen? But you know what? In real life, there's no such thing as, oh, I want my balloon back. I want another opportunity. Sometimes that was the opportunity that you had and you missed it. And you move on just knowing you're right, just knowing that I'm good now, he wasn't for me. Why are we like this? You have to take time, you have to listen and consider the man's character. See what's going on with him. See if he has a vision. See if he has a plan for himself. See if he's a hard worker. See if he's a dedicated person to maybe his mother and his father. See if he has extended family. See what's up, ladies. Let's stop looking on the outside, because I'll tell you right now, that man had a lot to work with, and black girl magic exists. If we can take a white man, oh, this is how I looked before, and this is how I look now since I married my wife. If we can take a white man, Asian man, I don't care what kind of man, we take him and we hook him up. Any one of those women could have hooked that man up. Any one of them said, no, baby, you're not wearing that. Wear this. No, you don't. No, you're not doing your hair like that. You're not gonna wear that shirt, blah, blah, blah. Come on, baby, come with me to the gym. Come with me, let me tell you how I want to see your hair done. You can shape and mold that man to what you better desire. That's the easiest thing to work on. That is the easiest. You cannot make a lazy man hard-working man. You cannot make a lazy man become a hard-working man. You cannot make a man who wants to play video games all day long all of a sudden love work. You cannot make a man who's used to lying around, his mama doing everything for him, somehow he's going to become this. No, absolutely not. The character aspect of the man, you're not going to make that man change. But his looks is something completely different. You guys can go to the gym together. You can cook for him and make sure his diet is well if he needs to lose weight. There's too much you can do physically to make him more appealing to you. But when his character is already there, you hit the jackpot. It's everything. So ladies, you have to consider this. You have to consider the fact that every day, all the time, you're walking by amazing men. You're resisting, you're snubbing, you're tooting your nose up at amazing men. Men that are better than the ones that look good, talk good, have all the swag, know how the charisma and riz you. He knows how to riz you up and everything. And he knows how to riz every other woman up as well. He appeals to every other woman. And so now all y'all competing for the one man that ain't worth it. We must do better. We must make better choices, and you will get better results. But ladies, we have to stop thinking we're amazing when we're not. We have things to work on. We have to make better decisions for ourselves and the things that we are choosing for ourselves. That's all I have to say about that particular topic. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget to send your comments, your questions. Ask me anything. I'm your wife coach. And I'll see you in the next video.